Hello. Looks like we should get people in the room here momentarily. All right. See what kind of a crowd gathers. All right, we got someone in the room. Who's first in? Two people in the room. Hello, Nick. Four people in the room. All right. Jayun, good morning. And Carly, hello. And Rafa and Marina and Haley. All right. Nice group of folks. 8 and growing. Ashley and Destiny. Okay. The comments are coming fast, but not furious. That's good. Serena, hello. Hello. All right. Getting underway in just a little bit. So, everyone have a halfway decent weekend? In our household, we try to get out at least a little bit. Marina, you had a halfway decent weekend? All right, that's good. So, what do you do when you're in COVID seclusion? Oh, Carly did homework. Wow, that's All right. Well, I guess I will call it time to begin. Good morning, Evelyn. All right. First announcement. I told you last week that summer is going to be distance education and remote learning. As for the fall, it is probably going to be the same. There's no official announcement yet, but it is looking like we will probably not be returning to campus, at least not for the beginning of the semester. So that's the preliminary. Marina. Marina spent the weekend watching movies if she didn't have homework, but this weekend she did have homework. Okay. Let's get to the other announcements here. The Associated Students event calendar has some interesting things going on this week. For example, tomorrow at 7 p.m., there is going to be a live Glendale College town hall with Congressman Adam Schiff. And Congressman Schiff, as you know, he's our local congressman. He was front and center in the Trump impeachment hearings. He's going to be talking about coronavirus tomorrow night, though. You can still get your questions in for that. So if you have something you would like to ask Congressman Adam Schiff, hey, this would be a great time to do it. All right. Also this week, there is going to be an on-campus food bank event on Wednesday, 1 to 3 p.m. So if you know somebody who is food insecure, go to the announcement in the announcement section on Canvas. It'll give you all the particulars about it. While we're talking about Canvas, Glendale College now has live Canvas support. They've figured that works better than dead Canvas support. So take a look at the announcement on that, so that if you do have trouble with Canvas, and there are times when I find it pretty confusing, you can get talked through it in real time. So I think that's a good thing. Last week, somebody asked me, I guess it was a student who had rented their textbook for this semester. And the student was asking, well, how do I return it to the bookstore? Because this just isn't a normal semester. And I thought, gee, that's a good question. So I sent off an email to Jonathan Nepper, who is the manager of our bookstore, and he sent me back the instructions on returning rental textbooks. And I put that in the announcements. So if you rented your textbook for this or any other class this semester, you probably should look at that announcement. Also last week, somebody told me that they have Nick Smith for speech. As you know, or as you may know, we have two Smiths in the speech department, Jeff Smith and Nick Smith. You can tell the difference in that Jeff Smith speaks with an American accent and Nick Smith speaks with a British accent. So Nick Smith, British accent, he's a professional voiceover actor, and he is teaching Speech 117 this summer. It is professional voiceover acting. Sounds like a great class. I mean, with somebody who really has, earned paychecks with voiceover. So I don't know. Sounds like a good opportunity, huh? And Bobo T says Nick is cool, and that's the important thing. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. All right. Supplemental instruction tomorrow at 12:30. It'll be Discord with Stephanie. Stephanie will be back on the Discord platform, and she will have questions relating to Chapter 10, the Internet chapter. So Chapter 10, the Internet. All right. Term papers. I started getting some term papers in by the early bird deadline on Friday, and some nice looking work. I mean, there was one paper in particular that was just spectacular, and others that were darned good. The general deadline, not early bird, but the general deadline is Thursday. If we had been back in the classroom, I would have said Wednesday, but Thursday is your general deadline. A student asked me last week, how does your scoring system work? Well, first, remember that the assignment sheet is on Canvas. And then also in the link on Canvas where you submit your assignment, it breaks down how I do the scoring. So, you'll know, what I assign points to. So, anyone got any questions about the term paper? We're getting real close to that being due. Well, as I'm waiting for whatever questions there might be on the term paper, let me tell you what you're doing today. You are going to be going through Chapter 11, which is advertising. I'm going to have you do the first half today. That'll be the first 18 and a half minutes. And that is going to go from the beginning of the advertising chapter through the slide about targeting gay customers. So the first half. The media note. Well, I'll get into the media note in a moment. It's time for the question of the day. Sometimes the question of the day is kind of lighthearted, and other times the question of the day is about something that I'm really, really wondering about. And today's question of the day is something I'm really, really wondering about. And that is what enrollment will be like at Glendale College in the fall. We will probably at least start the semester online through remote education, through distance education, probably. Now, there are different forecasts as to how that'll impact enrollment. One school of thought is, we're going into an economic recession. Whenever that happens, community colleges get more students, so enrollment should go up. There is also a belief that students are, so sick of online education that it could cause enrollment to go down. And so I don't know which trend will, be dominant. So here's your question of the day. And please light up the chat box because I want to know what you think and why you think it. If the COVID crisis continues, are you more likely or less likely to take classes at GCC in the fall? If the COVID crisis continues, are you more likely or less likely to take classes at GCC in the fall? So we have a nice group of 17 people here at the moment. That's pretty good. I would like to know what you think. More likely or less likely if present tense trends continue. Bobo T is saying less likely. Destiny is saying it depends. Destiny, what does it depend on? Joel is saying it's probably more likely because you have more time on your hands and, so therefore, why not take some classes? Yeah. Serena is saying it's less likely because you're transferring. I worry about some of you who are transferring. Here you are, you're ready to go off to, I don't know, USC or someplace. And in the fall, not only are there no face-to-face classes, you don't get to hang out on the cool campus. There's no dorms. There's no football games. Destiny, some of your classes can't be taught online. Yeah, I don't know, for example, how you do an online dance class or something like that. Oh, or theater. Although Destiny, there's a little theater group just down the street from where I live, Skylight Theater, and they're doing online one-act plays, over Zoom. And it's funny, you have the two actors in the boxes and they're trying to play off each other. So, yeah, theater is kind of difficult to do online. Haley is saying Haley's going to take classes whether it's online or not. Carly is saying less likely. Carly, why less likely? Ashley is saying more likely to take classes because, you want to get in position to transfer. Yeah. Jayun is saying more likely, kind of wondering why more likely. Oh, Destiny, you're in a theater class right now. Oh, and it's kind of harder online. Yeah. Lucero is saying still taking classes, but definitely miss going to campus. I miss going to campus too. I miss my faculty office. I miss meeting with you guys in class. I even miss hollering at the guys messing around in the back of the room. Evelyn, more likely to take classes because it's part of the overall plan. Yeah. Carly, transferring, needing to take classes. Yeah. Okay. Let's get to today's media note. Today's media note is entitled Hate and the Coronavirus. This is part 2 of the media note that you did on Wednesday. Part 1 was an interview with a mother and writer who tried to get down to the bottom of, how is it that in adolescence and, mid-teenage years, some kids kind of flip out and become, white supremacists or whatever. What today's story is about, it's a different story. It's about how extremists are using the current COVID crisis to spread their bizarre ideas. So, as usual, listen to the media note, do the media note quiz. I've had some students who have gotten back to me and said, hey, where's the media note quiz? If you can't find it, what the problem usually is you're not going through the home setting on Canvas. So remember, go to home and then media note quizzes, and then the current quiz should be at the top. Then after that quiz, you should head off to chapter 11 and listen to the first 18 and a half minutes of the audio lecture that goes through targeting gay customers. All right, any parting shots before I end the live stream and head over to Canvas Chat. All right, guys. See you over on Canvas.